How we doing, boy? How you doing? Elliot, good to talk to you, boys. What the hell are you trying to do here now?
Trying to pull these pipes up, sir.
No, pull the pipes out here. Keep in good shape, though.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You gotta lug them around, too.
Are you right?
Stan Marshall's mood isn't dampened by the enormity of his job. Salvaging a multi-billion-dollar project he once called a boondoggle.
Somebody compared it to taking command of the Titanic after she hit the iceberg.
And this is Marshall's Titanic, the Muskrat Falls hydro project on the Churchill River in Labrador. The largest hydro project under construction in Canada right now. Estimated cost just over $6 billion. Current projection with interest, almost $13 billion and counting. Standing high above the dam slipway, Marshall sees money literally spilling away.
Interest cost is $1 million a day, but every day we're spilling all this water. Good, going good?
Going very good.
Yeah.
Yep, good weather for RCC.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. I thought the rain would maybe interfere with you a bit.
Nope, that's good.
Yeah.
Marshall is a career utility executive, having built hydro projects around the world. Local boy makes good. While he can't raise the Titanic, he was brought in to right this ship and get it finished.
And this is where they converge, going into control center. When we're finished here, we're going to go over there.
If he'd been there in the beginning, he says he never would have built this.
Absolutely not. The risks are just too great. A big project of this magnitude relative to the size of the owner and the risks it entails, building something 3 times, I never would have done this.
When the project was approved, the idea was for Muskrat Falls to generate clean, green energy and replace an outdated power plant. The project would create affordable energy, attract industry that would provide jobs. To pay for the project, consumers would pay more to heat their homes. And part of the cost would be offset by selling surplus power to an energy-hungry continent. Instead, the anticipated energy demand and price plummeted.
To sit down and try to do an analysis based on projections of energy prices for 40 years, I mean, you know you're going to be wrong.
The province turned to Ottawa for help, and 2 federal governments provided loan guarantees of $8 billion. Former provincial Deputy Minister Ron Penny thought Muskrat Falls was a bad idea from the start.
It's a fact that the taxpayers in Newfoundland are not going to be able to afford to pay for this. So it's going to be on the backs of the taxpayers of Canada.
You want to call your first witness then, Mr. Learmonth?
If the inquiry finds problems, no one will ever be held to account. It has no power to do that, despite the $33 million price tag.
On this day, the people of our province are realizing a dream that some thought would never be possible.
As Premier, Danny Williams championed this project. Today, he's as adamant as ever that Muskrat Falls is good for Newfoundland and Labrador, and says all mega projects have cost overruns. Would you have gone ahead with this on your own money?
I made that statement before when I was asked that question some time ago. My answer then was yes. My answer now is yes. We have a project that is, unlike an oil project which is depleted, it's renewable. The water will flow forever.
But it'll never undo the fact that you built something bigger than you needed, and you paid for it dearly. Generators on top of that. Yeah. So all this part is below water, of course, to capture the energy.
But the power won't be flowing for 2 more years. Overlooking the giant powerhouse where those generators will go, Marshall watches as still ever more rebar is secured. Another day, another $1 million in interest.
See the hole way down there? That's where the water will come in from the bottom of the reservoir and go into the tubes where the turbines will be. We're going to go all the way down here. Come over here, Eddie. You can see a better picture down here.
And by showing us around this massive project today, Marshall wants to make sure the people of Newfoundland and Labrador and Canada get a better picture of what he's trying to accomplish.
We can do nothing but the past, but the people will remember how you finish, and I want us to finish strong, and they're doing that.
Chris O'Neill Yates, CBC News, Muskrat Falls, Labrador.